Christwood here, December 19th, 2021, 12:55 p.m. This is no joke. This really is truly done. There is something truly different going on with me. I have no feeling at all on the right side of my head. I'm getting nothing but electricity and shocking all on the right side of my head. Over especially the last hour or so, really bad. I'm being numbed down heavily. I am being broadcasted through. My skull is pretty much feels like it's completely deformed. Like I said, I have the right side of my face is starting to go over towards my left. I've been showing the deforming that's taken place with me. I've been showing the identity theft change that's been taking place with me. My skull, my face, size, shape, everything, the swelling. I'm proving a crime against me. This is from Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, Lennox and Eddington, now Kingston, Ontario. Compliments of her, I had electroshock. Compliments of Spencer Mills, OPP. Compliments of Chief Now Gone. Compliments of Staff Sergeant Robert Kane, Robert Lucas, Shannon Quirk, and Tatiana V, Shelley Huffington. Their other crime cover-up co-committing doctors, injuring, torturing, lobotomizing, body damaging, sodomies, kidnapping, lies, time buying, arrest refusals, being surrounded with guns to prevent it, medical blacklisting, discrimination, and then co-conspiring to have me charged to get away with this. The reason it has taken place with me is because of me speaking of police crimes, and when I'm doing this and talking about certain things, I am getting nothing but clicking in the left side of my ear. I am deaf on my right side. I have no feeling in my head on my right side whatsoever. I'm serious, it feels like a fucking hole has been drilled through my brain. I was perfectly fine, mentally, physically, normally, no neurological problems prior to this beginning in August of 2019 on me. And the reason it happened was because of me speaking of police crimes out of the Morning Star mission and other crimes, the human homeless trafficking and other stuff that was going on. They're using that as a charity for financial gain, pretty much. It was a big scam. They started out as that, they got in over their head, and then this was totally 100% about them, screwing people and using a charity as a means to do it. And the church, well, they were human trafficking, human sex trade, slavery trafficking, and other crimes going on. Spencer Mills showed up at my door at my old address to pretty much intimidate me and threaten me to let me know that if I did not stop talking about what was taking place, there would be consequences. The next day, the chief goes by in a white Jeep in a black truck. The chief waves at me. The black truck, somebody in the black truck leaned out the window, pointed something at me, and shot it. It went into my right ear. That's when I started having problems after that. Then next thing you know, William Wooldridge comes onto the scene and he started stalking me. Every time I would go out, he was right there. Every time I would move, he was right there. Every time I would do anything, he was right there. Why? Because I have remote neural monitoring on me, plus they took off his prisoner tracking and they put it onto me for part of this crime, for the framing, for the identity theft, lies, time buying, cover-ups, arrest refusals, medical blacklisting, getting me discriminated against, the kidnapping me 24 hours after asking for help against these criminals and what has taken place with me. Then they completely and totally lie and accuse me of phoning and harassing people that I have never actually physically talked to in my life. And I was not phoning to talk to anyone specifically. It was the hospital in general to let people know what was taking place with the doctors and what was going on with me and how they needed to be charged and the crimes that they are committing there. So they kind of used a bunch of a bullshit story for that. But as you can see, this is the line on my head where my skull has been split. It was not previously done, and it can be proven. Everything on me can be medically proven, but I'm medically blacklisted so these cocksuckers can buy time and get away with what they're doing to me because they're cops and doctors and inmate junkies and using that to commit crimes and get away with them very successfully and unsuspecting. So there you go. My identity theft's pretty much done, you cocksucker. William Wooldridge of 149 Center Street North. I hope you're happy. Same with you, Blair Hardy. I feel absolutely nothing in my fucking head from being numbed down. And this has nothing to do with drugs. This is for me being injured, for me being broadcasted through 24/7 from remote neural monitoring. And yes, it is being used on me. This is how my identity theft is taking place along with other tech inside me. Conveniently, William Wooldridge, they helped change his name, part of the identity theft, part of the framing. Spencer Mills and the rest of them has my blood, my piss, my signature, my prints, my photo, everything against me they need to frame me for as Wooldridge. And they've done everything to frame me. They've gotten everything they need to do it. But in the meantime, so congratulations, William Wooldridge of 149 Center Street North, you cocksucking piece of shit. One way or another, you are going to prison. One way or another, your boyfriend Spencer Mills and the rest of the cops involved will get arresting and you will pay for what you're doing legally, not a threat in any way, legally. I certainly would never ever do that, especially to, yeah, that's no, I'm not that stupid. Same with the doctors and same with Wooldridge. You will all be recognized for who and what you truly are using your badges, positions, credentials, and committing serious felony crimes, the human trafficking, the injuring, the torturing, using MK Ultra to lobotomize and fuck your victims up, sexually assaulting them, splitting. It feels like my fucking body's been split in half. I've been to the hospital in 2 years. I've had 2 CAT scans done, and that's all I've ever had done to me. I haven't even as much as had a stethoscope stuck on my fucking chest. So I would go to the hospital, and if I wasn't being treated like a piece of shit and belittled in hopes that I would leave, in which I actually was doing, because I'm not gonna take being fucking treated like garbage and then them turning it around and making it look like I am the one that's refusing treatment from them, that I am the one is the problem. Bullshit. Not true in any way, shape, or form, and that will just be them using their fucking positions to lie more to get away with it. Because I've never even once been kicked off of that property or out of that building in any way, shape, or form, or even asked to leave. Except, well, once because I was doing an audio recording and they thought I was videotaping them, which I certainly wasn't. But they assumed so, so they asked me to leave, which I did, no problem. I was not videotaping them. I was audio recording, and the reason it happened was because I asked for the doctor's name that came in to discriminate against me, so I would have a name. And then the stalking, the framing, putting Wooldridge's prisoner tracking onto me for part of this, taking it off of him for framing, the injuring, the torturing, the brain damaging, the mental manipulation, the time buying, the cover ups, and the lies, plus the kidnapping, murdering my mother December 20th, 2020, so almost 1 year ago. In 24 hours it will be 1 year since Stacy and Spencer Mills and the rest of them and William Wooldridge committed murder on my mother to do what they're doing to me. They were using remote neuromonitoring on her. William Wooldridge was stalking her, was calling her mom as well. He, in return, caused her illness, used age to make it look like it was age-related, but it wasn't. It was caused by the remote neuromonitoring, the EMFs, and radiation. It was with intent. It was homicide, just like what has taken place with me. So anything happens to me, mentally or physically, it will be Spencer Mills, Staff Sergeant, Chief now gone, Shannon Cork, Robert Kane, Robert Lucas, Stacy, mental health worker, now Kingston, was Daily Tea Company, blonde hair, Tatiana V, crime cover-up doctor, medical file falsifier, Shelley Huffington, the one that lies to judges to get their victims kidnapped to shut them up 24 hours after asking for legal help with arresting and charging of cops and doctors and Wooldridge and Blair Hardy and the rest. That was just an attempt to shut me up. They're human traffickers, human sex trade, slavery traffickers, identity thieves, financial thieves, and they're killers. And this is revenge on me for me speaking of their crimes since August of 2019, and I will not be proven wrong. So congratulations, you cocksuckers.